With the launch of Xiaomi Redmi 5A, the company is aiming to make a strong presence in the entry-level smartphone market. Xiaomi has been known for smartphones that deliver great value for the money, and company has tried to keep the trend alive with the launch of its another entry-level smartphone. So here's my full review of Xiaomi Redmi 5A. So first thing first, let's talk about the design. Just like any other entry-level smartphone, it's completely made of plastic. But unlike other cheap smartphones, it has a strong build quality. The capacitive navigation buttons are given at the bottom of the phone and are very touch responsive. The front-facing camera with a centered earpiece and a proximity sensor are given above the display. On the back of the device is a rear camera setup with single LED flash. There's a speaker grill at the bottom and a small raised lip below the speaker to prevent it from becoming muffled by the flat surfaces. The left of the device has two slots, one for single nano SIM and another for microSD card, as well as another nano SIM card. On the right side is the power button and the volume rocker button. They are both plastic, but they have decent clickness to them. The Redmi 5A does not try to be a fancy looking phone, but to be a simple yet elegant looking device, which feels good in hand. And apart from its plastic body, the phone looks just great. But going deeper into the design pattern, we have the display, which is great compared to other smartphones in the similar price range. It has a 5-inch HD display with a resolution of 720 by 1280 and a pixel density of 296 ppi. The colors are very saturated on this device and pictures or videos look really great. The viewing angles are fine and the screen is really bright. The text are visible even in sharp daylight conditions and you will have absolutely no problem using the phone even if you are outside. Xiaomi has always been offering bang for the buck, and some might think it's just a 720p display, but considering the price point, it's offering a much better display than the other smartphones in the similar price range. Now let's talk about the performance of the device. The Xiaomi Redmi 5A is powered by a 1.4 GHz octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor paired with Adreno 308 GPU. Company has launched two variants of smartphone, 2GB RAM with 16GB internal storage and 3GB RAM with 32GB internal storage. The performance of the device is surprisingly good for an entry-level device and the applications launch almost instantaneously. The applications run very smoothly and feels very fluid. In terms of gaming, the Adreno 308 GPU lets you play high-end games in medium settings without any lag at all. The graphics are not the best, but it does not disappoint in terms of the gaming performance either. With the new MIUI 9, the Redmi 5A has split screen feature and this phone handles two applications at the same time pretty easily. And of course, you cannot compare the performance with any flagship device, it still performs pretty well handling your day-to-day tasks. Now let's talk about the most important feature of this phone, the camera. Redmi 5A sports a 13 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture that can shoot full HD videos at 30 frames per second. At the front, it has a 5 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. The cameras in the phone are okay for daylight photography, but photos tend to be grainy if you are shooting indoor or in low light situation. The colors in the normal mode seems to be a little faded, but the HDR mode in daylight condition take crisp and saturated photos. The front-facing cameras, however, disappoint in terms of color reproduction and photos seem very artificial. But then again, I can't blame Xiaomi for putting a mediocre camera inside this phone considering the price point. The cameras will easily capture your memories, but expecting a print quality image will be a bit too much. Now in terms of music, the phone performs really good. The back speakers are loud and produce a decent quality sound. One thing that I find odd is placement of speakers. If you place phone on a flat surface, the sound gets muffled. But overall, Xiaomi has put a good sounding speaker inside and I cannot complain about that. You will for sure enjoy listening music or playing game on this phone as the speakers are loud and produce clean audio. So Xiaomi phones have been known for their long-lasting battery performance and this device is no exception. Redmi 5A has a massive 3000 mAh battery. The battery life on this device is actually pretty good and I have been getting a full day battery backup on a moderate usage. If you are not a moderate user and buying this phone just for some calling and messaging, then you might get 2 days battery backup on a single full charge. On the positive side, Redmi 5A has an octa-core Snapdragon processor paired with 2GB or 3GB of RAM and Adreno 305 GPU which handles the graphics pretty well. It consists of a 13 megapixel camera which can shoot videos in 1080p resolution. The device has a beautiful screen and a long-lasting battery. The phone is pretty fast in terms of performance, but on the other hand, the camera is mediocre in quality and could be better, and the placement of speakers is not very good. Overall, the positives of the phone outweigh the negatives of the phone and I would give it a decent 8 out of 10 in my review. So that's my review for the Xiaomi Redmi 5A, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video and subscribe to my channel, that would mean world to me. With that being said, it's your friend Anil from Tech Police, and I'm signing out.